She grew up on a Manitoba farm, but Michelle Painchaud is just as comfortable talking with business leaders. As president and CEO of Painchaud Performance Group, Michelle doesn't just preach her message, she lives it. She understands what drives performance. She'll show you how a strong human resources strategy brings out the best in your people. Love agriculture? Outstanding business results? Improving your relationships? Let Michelle show you the way.
Hi, everybody. We don't really think about the people in our farms. We think about our equipment, and we think about the CapEx, and we think about yields, and we think about all the things that are helping us farm more effectively, more efficiently, but we don't often think about the human capital. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. So what is motivation and engagement? Now, in my field of study, there are a lot of debates. The PhDs and the educational people are saying motivation is really difficult because we're all motivated so differently. What is motivation for one is poison for another. So if I'm managing people on my farm, how can I figure out how to motivate them? And if motivation is internal, can I really motivate somebody? Now, I'm also going to preface all of this. When I talk about the employees on your farm, your family who work on the farm are also your employees. And sometimes we think of them differently because they're our family. We have to also recognize how to motivate the family members on our farm. So motivation is very much tied with engagement, because if you could figure out what motivates somebody and how you're able to create an environment that motivates them, people become engaged. So the reason that I share this story with you is the importance of hiring. When we're looking at bringing people onto our farm, we sometimes don't really think about the fit with the family, because the people do become part of your family. They spend a lot of time at work on the farm, so they become part of your family. And what's even more important is trying to figure out what motivated them in the past. If we have a vision of where we're going and how we're going to get there, we will be more motivated, we will have more energy, and we will be more focused. So visions are really important for our own motivation and for our own engagement. And you, as the business owner or as the manager, you drive the culture. And when you hire people, you want to hire people that really thrive in that culture. And I'll share one of my final stories with you. We get a phone call from a farmer who said, Michelle, we just lost our operations manager and we can't. He's really important to us. Can you get him back? I don't know, let me find out. So I phoned him and said, Reed, I understand you quit. What's up? He said, Michelle, I've been there 2 years. And I don't fit the culture. Tell me what you mean. He said, well, in my world, my family is the most important thing to me. I have 2 young kids, I live an hour from the farm, and I don't see my family very much, especially during the busy seasons. And he said, I have been there 2 years. The owners have not once asked me about my wife and kids. I've worked some really long hours, and I have not once been allowed to leave early to watch my son's hockey game. I don't fit the culture. Culture is a really important word, and it's an important theory that you need to understand, or an important model. All of you have a culture. What is your culture? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to change it? And as you continue to grow, you want to bring people that thrive in your culture. It's about understanding what motivates you. Because again, often we forget the importance that you play in driving motivation and engagement. And I often will even say to a business manager, are you motivated and engaged? Because if you're not, your staff sure are going to feel it. So it's important for you as a manager or as a business owner to understand what engages and motivates you. It's important for you to surround yourself with people that have the same values, who thrive in the culture that you're trying to build. And it's really important for you to understand that almost everything you say and do is watched very, very closely. But I think what I really want you to leave with today is the impact that you have on people's lives. So years from now, people can talk about you and say, I worked on that farm and man, I felt appreciated and valued. And that manager, he was tough, or she was tough. But it was a great time of my life because you are impacting people's lives. Thanks, everybody.